You guys, the employees voted and the employees won. Dell's employees rejected returning to office. So Dell has 120,000 employees. 60,000 of them voted they would not come into the office. They'd rather work from home. And the stipulations were you won't be able to get promoted, you won't get a raise, you won't have any inter-office mobility. And if that's what you want, you'll stay remote. But if you want all of those other things, you have to return to the office. And 60,000 of them said, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. And they gave a big FU to Dell. So this is what's happening in corporate America when it comes to employees versus employers. And employees are looking for work-life balance. They're looking for not having, commutes, and they are very happily doing their work from home. Now, what happens on the other side is that there will be complete stagnation when it comes to promotion, career progression, uh, and it will adversely affect more women than men in this case. Unfortunately, that's what the data is showing. We will see, how this all turns out, probably with a bit more data and a bit more time. But this is what's happening. Dell, I mean, I know you wanted everybody to come back to work. You have a very large workforce, and part of your deal was you were going to thin the herd by telling everybody, hey, if you don't come into the office, you're out. But then 60,000 of your workers voted to stay remote. So, lesson learned on the employer side. What do you guys think? This is your elite recruiter doing the research for you so you don't have to. Like and follow for more content. I'm going to keep bringing it to you. You guys.
All right. Um, I think the beautiful thing about this situation with Dale was I think it just highlights the power that we have as a collective group when we want something. I mean, no one, of course, wants to not get promoted or, things like that that will affect their pay or them just being able to level up at a company. But it does go to show like how powerful we are if we come together and we stand for something. Secondly, why do you want them to come back into office still? Like, what is in office for them that they need to come back so bad that you said, all right, come in or no promotions? And then thirdly, in my head, how long is that going to be going on for? Is it just for a year? Or like, is this like, what is it? I need more details around how long this is supposed to be in place because it can't be indefinitely. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But
So
those are
I
my
have
thoughts.
a lot of stuff to add to this. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to add to this. Well, number one, I see both sides. Eric and I reacted to an article. What was it last year? And it was about how New York City was losing so much money for people working remote, and it's honestly really not Dale caring where the people are. But when these companies come into these cities, their pitch is, hey, we're going to boost these businesses around you by X amount because all these people with these high paying jobs will be coming to stay here, be coming to eat lunch here, shop here, yada, yada, yada. Well, when those people are not in office, the economy, the stuff drips down. Like, so that's pretty much what's happened with a lot of places. They built like these nice campuses, but over 2020, a lot of people built their lives around working remotely. So they don't care about the promotion because, hey, if I was staying in Austin, but you say, you know what, I'm gonna move to somewhere outside of I'm moving to Katy, Texas, or I'm moving wherever. I'm somewhere that's much more affordable for me and my family, a good work life balance. I'm cool with not getting a promotion. I'll take my little bonus and my little 3%, 5% raise I get next year. I'm good. I don't need a promotion. So I think a lot of people are doing that. Like, okay, and like I just move somewhere that's cheaper, which a lot of people are doing. So I think that's one way of it. Now, here's the flip side. If you are young and ambitious, no family, shoot, go into the office, get that promotion, rack your money up. So now you can start applying to those positions later on because you had a promotion of doing something just basically off the default that people didn't want to come into the office. So I see both sides. Like I said earlier, I do see a benefit of like, hey, maybe one day in office per whatever, a quarter or a month or something, or a week if you can. And it don't have to be all day, just something to see people and get out the house. And, I'm pretty sure I wanted to look up before this episode, like the correlation of like, have we seen people get bigger since 2020 based on how many people were not getting up and going to the office, but working from home, sitting down at the desk all day. I did want to see if we got any information on that because I believe that is one of the things that may be happening. So all in all, to say to not promote it part, I get it. But I think if they would tell people a little bit of more transparency and just stand there and say, well, look, we really don't care what you do, but we made some promises for these businesses around here, and this is why. Now, if you don't want to come in, it's cool. I don't think it's really going to affect your promotion, but it may affect some stuff on down the line as far as us or whatever we got to do. Because think about it. You see businesses over here abandoned. Like, matter of fact, it's not the same thing, but yesterday, got out the house and went to Frisco Square thinking I was finna get some of my favorite nachos in the area at Cheetos. Pull up, Zelly's with me. We walk into the door. I yank on it. I see it's a notice on the door. Hey, Cheetos has been locked out. They have not paid their rent. And I was like, dang. So I was like, when more people used to be in offices and working all around these different places, these places didn't have to worry about making rent because people were always around. So I'm going to just go so-and-so to get something to eat. But when they work from home, you can't do that. So
I like the transparency piece behind it, but it's not my fault you made these promises to these places.
No, I agree. But I think what some of the people might say was like, hey, well, you probably would never have the job anyway had you not initially been working in the office because we told them we was going to do this here. So I see both sides of it. I just think if as long as they be balanced, whatever, or you can just lean into like some companies, they know they don't have the biggest name. They don't make the most money. So what they'll do is they'll just lean into remote work. Like, hey, you know what? We're not as big as some of these other tech companies, but we fully remote. Like, come work with us. So you could just lean into that. And that's what happens if companies are really staunch when you come back into the office. People say, okay, I'll show you. And they'll go somewhere else. They don't want them to. So don't overplay your hand. Talk to the people and ask them like, or let them know like why you want to come into the office. What about you, sir, Kenneth?
Ken?
I, for one, do not want a promotion. Honestly, I don't want the extra stress for the little pennies they're gonna give me. Henri, you watched Death Battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Omni-Man fought Homelander?
I did not watch that one. Like, I watch it, but I don't watch it religiously because I'm subscribed to it on my other channel. So I'm normally on my main YouTube channel on YouTube. So I'm not subscribed to that one. But what about it?
Well, Homelander, in the fight scene, he broke into the Omni-Man's house and he killed his wife. And he's like, get the F out of my country. And Omni-Man starts like whoop his ass. He's like, your country? He's like, I don't want your country. And for me, that's how I feel. Like, I have my own business, right? I don't want your little promotion. I have much grander ambitions, right? So I don't care if you can promote me or not, right? The extra money is going to affect me. So I have no interest in getting promoted for my own personal goals and ambitions. Because I've seen the stress that the managers on my staff have to deal with, and that's not worth it to me, right? It doesn't align with my goals.
Stress me out. I'm like, listen, y'all better stop making them big promises. But two, that goes into what I was telling you earlier about they do some of that stuff to kind of keep you there. But when you start making your own path, like, it's nothing that they can do. It's like, okay, bet I was just doing this because I like the benefits. My kids, get their teeth clean and hospital stay, whatever. But all right, I'll show you. And then you'll be out.
Can we stay on that right there? Let's stay right here for a minute. This is important for people that are listening. Like, have other passions outside of just working for a company. We've said this 50 million times. Have a passion, be passionate about something else. Have something else going on in your life to where you are not tied to an employer. Let's say Dell's your dream company and all you ever wanted to do was get promoted. Then this news is going to break you down to your core. But if you look at it from Kenneth's perspective, like, that's real.
Yeah. But
he's got real life personal goals,
Yeah. But I also say that everybody, and Kenneth could attest to this, everybody isn't meant to have their own thing going on. Just because of a lot of the BS and all the other stuff that comes with it. Well, I'll say everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. They could probably have like a side hustle, or matter of fact, if y'all watching this now,